I'm sure you've heard of Deepwoken before, the incredibly hardcore permadeath RPG game. The game really throws you in with the lions. You get shredded every single time you play, by both the NPCs and the players. The amount of help this game gives is minimal, and to be honest, from a marketing perspective, this is not good. But I'll keep this complaint for another video. Well, guess what? I'm here, the guide man. I'm here to explain the game to you so you can get to higher power levels, have fun exploring, and not get destroyed by players. The first thing you see when you play the game is the character creator, and there are some things of note here. First of all, your race. Every account starts with a certain race. Every race gives you a bonus to certain stats and usually a useful extra effect. These are minor though, so don't worry about that. Pick a color of your liking and customize your character. In my case, I randomized my name into Quantum Veshi. Say hi to him. Next, pick your starting weapon. When you start off in the game, you should only have access to 3 weapons. The first weapon is a stiletto, a light weapon. This weapon attacks fast and helps you learn the different combos of the game. The second weapon is the battle axe, a heavy weapon. This weapon deals damage, a lot of it, but it may be difficult to use as a beginner. Finally, the sword. This weapon is the best of both worlds, relatively fast and it deals okay damage. As a beginner, I recommend starting with the stiletto. Next, you pick your attunement. These are elements that you can infuse your character with. When you start, you get to pick between Flame Charm, Thunder Call, Gale Breath, and Frost Draw. These elements are all pretty balanced to me, and it's really up to preference which one you pick. Flame Charm is focused around damage. Thunder Call is damage and speed, Frost Draw is about damage and slowing the enemy, while Gale Breath is about mobility. I started off with Flame Charm, as it's one of the easier attunements to get into. Next, your core attributes. These all influence the numbers of your character. Strength increases your armor penetration and how many items your character can carry. Fortitude gives you damage and poison resist along with a little HP. Agility improves your parkour, speed, and stealth when crouching. Intelligence increases your ether, or mana. Willpower increases your sanity and tempo. What those are, I'll get into later. And charisma increases ether, but does many other things on the side as well. Next, your boons and flaws. Boons are small bonuses you can give your character, but with every bonus, you have to give yourself a small disadvantage with a flaw. I've picked the Maverick boon, which increases my EXP gain when solo, and Autodidact, which helps me level up faster by giving me 3 points after every level. To compensate, I picked the obvious flaw, which makes enemies detect me from further away, which makes me lose blood faster. I'll get into blood loss later. Finally, your origin. When you start the game, you may only pick between Etria and Isle of Vigils. I recommend picking Isle of Vigils as it has more things useful to you in the early game. Press finalize character and spawn in. So, you spawn into the game. I'll start off with the controls first. WASD is move. F is parry, while holding F is a block. Q is a dodge roll, and this goes into any direction. Space is jump, and to run, double tap the W button. Control is crouch, and doing this while jumping or running makes you slide instead. Once you've pulled your weapon out, M1 is a slash. Do 3 in a row to flourish your enemy. Pressing M2 mid-attack cancels your attack. This is a feint. Finally, pressing the middle mouse button does a special heavy attack. Let's get into the bars. Focus on the bottom left ones first. The red one is your blood meter. This goes down every time you get hurt. If it reaches 0, you die. The blue bar is your water meter. Make sure to stay hydrated. The yellow bar is your hunger meter. If your water and food reach 0, you start losing blood. You usually don't have to worry about these bars that much. Just glance over them occasionally and eat or drink something. Next, let's focus on the bars in the middle. The top bar is your posture. This goes up every time you get hit, even while blocking, and this goes down when you parry. If this reaches 100%, you take a lot of damage and you get stunned for a little. The health bar is self-explanatory. If you reach 0, you fall unconscious. People can then either pick you up or grip you, which is killing you. The armor bar is, well, your armor. Armor gives you damage reduction. If this reaches 0, you lose that damage reduction. You can repair your armor at the blacksmith. The ether bar is your mana. You will get spells later on in the game, and those use ether. Finally, your tempo bar. This goes up every time you get hit. Pressing G will release energy from your character and push away anyone nearby. Use it to reset the situation if you get comboed. There's also a secret bar, your sanity. Your sanity goes down during scary situations. You can tell you're going insane by looking at the side of your screen. If this has a blue shade, you're starting to go insane. After reaching a certain point, your character will start to scratch at its arms. Finally, you gouge your own eyes out and die. You don't want to die like this, trust me. Pressing tab opens up your inventory and stat menu. To your right are your stats. The higher they are, the better you are in them. A higher weapon skill increases damage with that weapon, and a higher attunement level increases damage with that attunement. You increase these stats by using trading items. So you increase your strength by gripping enemies and using the dumbbells. You increase your fortitude by using the vest or boulder and then taking damage. Agility increases by running, jumping, sliding, climbing, you name it. Then use the ankle weights to increase the stat. Improving your intelligence is done by exploring and reading the encyclopedia. Or you can do math with the math textbook. Pray with the prayer beads to increase willpower. Saying the lines from the How to Make Friends book increases your charisma. Attacking and parrying increases your weapon skill. Improve this skill by using the weapon manual. Finally, using mantras or spells increases your attunement with the help of the attunement item. You should spawn with 3 items in your inventory: a weapon manual, an attunement training item, and the training item of your highest stat. So for my character, this would be the ankle weights. Make sure to talk to this woman here and ask for some spare cash. This will help you along the way. Collect some mushrooms and head to the first island. Arisia is an easy place for new players to grind. The enemies are relatively predictable here. Head to the docks and get yourself a dinghy by talking to this guy here. Get on the boat and head straight out. Make sure to aim your sail in the direction of the wind to go faster, and you should reach Arisia in no time. Now, you will most likely die a lot. This game is pretty tough. Every time you see an enemy block or parry your attack, get ready for their attack. You want to press and hold F perfectly when they hit you. This way, you parry their attack. Keep this up until the enemy dies. And do not spam attack, as this will lead you to take damage. Getting parried gives the enemy an attack priority, so watch out for that. Now let's say you've died. No worries, dying once smudges your health bar. If you level up, this gets reset and you may die again with no consequences. However, if you die again without leveling up, you get sent to the depths. Now what? Well, 99% of all creatures here will destroy you, and we have to get out of here. To do that, you must head to the tower and pass the trial. Luckily, if you're level 1, you get out for free. The best way to head to the tower is to follow the outside walls until you reach the entrance with a slope in front of it. Entering the gate will lead you to the District of Commerce. From here, head to the back and hope the gate is open. Make sure to stay away from the guys on the rooftops with headlights as well. If they spot you, they will spawn strong enemies on you and you will most likely die, so stay out their sight. The enemies you face vary depending on your level. At lower levels you fight mudskippers and angels, while at later levels you fight megalodons and enforcers. Try not to stay in the depths for too long or you'll go insane. Now, dying in the depths, and it's game over. Your character gets wiped and you lose all your progress. Escaping the depths, however, gives you a talent card. This regenerates your ether faster, which is nice. Anyway, back to grinding. Once you knock an enemy unconscious, press B to grip them. This gives you experience that you need to progress. Use your training items time to time to increase your skills. You'll find these bandits chilling around Arisia, and kill them to get a little chest of goodies. When you level up, you get to pick from cards. Not only look at cards with good effects, look at the bonuses you get from them. Pick the ones that fit your build. Now, I can't really go into details on builds. They are all really unique and there are too many of them, so just pick what seems useful and explore the first times you play the game. You also get to pick a proficiency. This gives you a bonus to either mantra damage, ether regen, health, or weapon damage. Pick whichever one you like, though I do recommend going weapon damage first. After killing a few bandits and gathering items, head back to the Isle of Vigils. Talk to the antiquarian to sell your items there and get some money. With that money, buy some training items to increase your stats with some more. The blacksmith can repair your armor and craft new pieces of armor for you to help take damage. The starter armor is very easy to make, so I recommend crafting a piece early on. It requires 1 cloth and 10 notes. Cloth itself is 6 notes, totally worth it. I could go into other mechanics of the game, but there is a lot more to talk about, and I don't want this video to be long. So in the next video, I'll be talking about places to grind for XP and how to fight the NPCs that are there. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and thanks for watching.